right, everybody please take out Ghost Ship. We're gonna sing through this and rehearse it. Okay. Now, let's start right at measure 55. This is right at the key change. We're gonna sing through the key change part, and then we're gonna go back to the beginning, okay? Everybody stand up with me. Stand up with me. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you, Olivia. They're ready to get on our feet. Here we go. Ready? Now, do you change the key, or do the altos change the key?
Altos.
The altos change the key, okay? Here we go. On your feet. You can put your folder down to make it easier for you to turn pages. Ready? Measure 55. Well, 1, 2, 3. Ready? Here's the altos. Crescendos and stuff like that last week?
Yeah.
Where did we add those in? Remind me.
We added them. I don't know.
Where did we add them in? You should have written them into your music. Where were those written in?
Oh, we didn't know.
Yeah, we did. We did.
You have?
We did on
There's
some,
no
right?
one in there.
I know we didn't on all of them.
I think you wrote
But this one, I know Chris.
Well, hey, listen up. If I'm writing something on the board, of course the expectation is that you would write it in your music too. Okay? You always. If I'm like, we're adding a crescendo right here, I want you putting it in your music. Okay? So let's look at these things. Some of them I was probably just pointing out to you. Do you see this crescendo that's written in your music? And if I do that, just kind of circle it real big so that your attention is drawn to those things. So let's look at especially, look at measure 103 real quick. Look at measure 103. Okay, so measure 103. Do you see that above measure 103, this is written in crest? Y'all see that? Above measure 103? Look at measure 103. Do you see it? Look at it.
Yeah.
Yes, you see that? What does that mean?
Crescendo.
Exactly. Crest is an abbreviation for the word crescendo, okay? And the crescendo symbol looks like this, okay? All right, so all three of these things mean the same thing, don't they? Crescendo means what? Gradually get louder. That's exactly right. So when we get to 103, the composer wants us to gradually get louder. And then when we get to measure 111, what is our dynamic marking at measure 111? Thank you to all of you that have already turned to measure 111. What is the dynamic marking, Lonnie? Fortissimo. So she knew that because there are two F's written at 111. That stands for fortissimo. And what does fortissimo mean? Very loud. That's exactly right. Very
loud is fortissimo.
Okay. So by the time we get to 111, we're going to have crescendoed all the way up to fortissimo. Okay, and we're going to hold that fortissimo all the way to the very end. All right. So let's all start at measure 93. Oh, measure 93. Everybody look at 93. Measure 93. On the shore right here at measure 93, stand up. I don't know why y'all are sitting down. Stand up. Measure 93. The word is what at 93?
The word is
shore, okay? Now, it is a half note in 93. and then it's tied to a quarter note in 94 like this, right? So we hold that out for what feels like 3 beats, okay? I want you to write a crescendo in over measure 93 like this, okay? I want you to crescendo right there. So pick up your pencils and write that in. Yes, ma'am.
Are you saying sure because that's how we're supposed to say it? That's how you say it.
That's how I would sing it. Sure.
Okay.
That's not how I say it. I'm sure. I say I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's not how I would like speak it. I'm not that weird. Okay, so
Yes, it's
write
sure.
in that crescendo at 93. Yes, ma'am.
Wait, if the volume is already at fortissimo, what do we
This is a different place.
This one's at, because
This is not at the end that goes up to fortissimo. This is at measure 93. So we're not at fortissimo here. Okay, now I want you to look at 99. Right by measure 99. What's the dynamic marking at measure 99? Avery?
Piano.
Piano. And what does piano mean?
Very quiet.
Very soft.
Not very soft. It's
Just
just
soft.
Quiet.
soft. Soft. Okay? And then, so we're going to go all the way from that piano at 99. Then we get to 103. And we start crescendoing, and so it's going to be this really dramatic crescendo, right? But we have to make sure that it moves slowly enough that we don't get forte like in 5 beats or fortissimo in 5 beats. Okay, we gotta spread it out and just very gradually get there. So here we go. I want everybody to start at measure 92. Measure 92. Yes, it's sure to happen again. Okay, here we go. Ready? 1 and 2 and go. Yes, it's sure. Where was my crescendo? Sure. Yes, it's sure. We got more in here. Ready? And then go. Yes, it's sure. Yes. Now it's soft. Yes, like that. That was so good. Do that again. Air high fives, yes, all around. Brrr. Air high fives. Here we go. Let's do it again.
At
Ready?
this bump.
92. Yes, it's sure. Air bump. Here we go. Ready? 92 again. Yes, it's sure. Dramatic crescendo on sure. Well, 1 and 2 and sing. Yes, it's sure. Take crescendo. Now it's soft. Good job, guys. Okay, now let's go back to the beginning. Are you ready? Quincy. I'm confused about why you're sitting. Stand up. Put your folder down.
How do you want to string? He just ripped it off his desk. What are we doing? Yeah, I seen that before.
use it and stretch it.
That's what they've been complaining about the whole time.
Now, you can use the string for good years, like a whip.
Or you could use it as
Okay, here we go,
two
ready?
shoelaces.
Or bootlaces.
Squeeze me. Go back to the beginning. Pick up that music. We're gonna try to sing all the way through this bad boy. Are you ready?
Do it.
Yeah.
Do this. Ready?
Did-
Ready? And then go. Listen well as I tell of a night I shook with fear. We were sailing west on the open sea, headed home from a long, long year. Big regret. I was standing watch all alone that night when I heard a wailing cry. As I strained to see what the sound could be, kinds of I'm getting all kinds of versions of this note, okay? Most of you aren't getting all the way down there, so it's night I shook with fear, we. Now this is what's called an octave, okay? So here's where fear is.
Wait, does someone's phone ring? Yeah.
Here's where
Oh, dumb.
we.
Oh, wow.
So here's fear. Here is we. Now let's pretend like this is do. Well, we're in the key of G, so we'll just use the key of G. So in the key of G, this would be what? Do, re, mi. Okay? Okay? Everybody with me? Here's do, re, mi. Now let's count all the way down to this note to figure out what it is. Right? Mi, re, count with me. Do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. So we went from high mi to low mi. That's called an octave. When we go from the high version of a note to the low version of a note, that's called an octave. We went 8 full steps all the way down. Okay? That's why we were just talking about the tenor clef, how the tenors read off of the treble clef with an 8 at the bottom, like this. That 8 stands for octave because it means they're singing 8 pitches below what a normal treble clef would be sounding. Does that make sense? So you see a perfect example of that right here, an octave. Can you think of other words that have oct in them? Octopus, octagon, things with 8 sides or tentacles or whatever.
Octave.
So octave is the same way. You spell it like this. Octave is what it looks like. Okay? Octave. All right. So this octave is not quite happening for us. So we have we. I need you to sing that for me. Night I shook with fear. We. So sit up on the tips of your chairs. Here we go. Now measure 9. Right? Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Measure 9. Here we go. Night I shook with fear.